Same content, it's a pre-created idea. I've already done the work, but that reinvigorates it. Never leave money lying on the table. Sometimes the old ideas that you've already had, or the work that you've already done, can be refreshed, revamped, reinvigorated, and earn you new income. Here are 12 ways to look at that equation. These life-changing insights were brought to you by the Gruffalo of Gratitude. Thank you. Idea number 1. Let's say it never really got off the ground, but you put a lot of work into it several months, perhaps even several years ago. Idea number 1 is to simply do a post-mortem now. Chances are you were deeply emotionally invested at the time, and you put lots of effort into lots of different aspects of your idea, your project, your initiative. But if you look back at it now, you will likely be able to determine the one thing that was the weak point. What was that? Did it not look good enough? Were you not able to reach the right person? Was there a weakness in the production line? What was the thing that, if you could do it again, you would do differently now? The chances are very likely that you expended a great deal of energy back then and didn't have it in you to address that one weak point after you found that it didn't work. Now that you have a little bit of remove and you're able to take emotions and fatigue out of the equation, what was the thing that should have gone better? Can you see a better way to do that now? 2. Let's say it did get off the ground, but now it's starting to lag. Perhaps what you need is a slightly different viewpoint on the thing that you do. Perhaps it actually just needs a reinvigoration of the marketing. Give you an example of that one. There's a speaker I know who specializes in teaching entry-level leadership to very young people, and he's been doing this for decades. It occurred to him somewhere down the line that what he has to do is understand that he is marketing to a moving parade. He himself gets bored with the material because it's fairly easy to him. He's spent decades focusing on it. However, the people going through his course are continually new generations of young leaders who desperately need the ideas. To him, they may be old hat. To them, the ideas are life-changing. Are you perhaps marketing to a moving parade? Is the thing that you do starting to feel a little boring, a little old for you? Is it possible that for that reason you're not marketing it with as much vigor as what you used to do? What if you are indeed marketing to a moving parade and it needs to be made fresh for the next generation? 3. Or market to a different parade. Maybe you created something aimed at businesses, perhaps at CEOs. Would it be better aimed at parents? Are you speaking to the right market? You created something for teachers? Would it be right for fitness coaches instead? You tried to sell it to a mass market. Does it need to go somewhere specialized? You tried to sell it somewhere specialized. Should you try to sell it to a mass market? What if you looked at a different market entirely? Consider the thing that you made, thought up, or do. Who do you do it for? And who have you been speaking to? Should you be speaking to someone else? If you tried that, how might it look? Number 4. Could you just be suffering from profit in your own hometown syndrome? They just know you too well here. In a different place, a different town, a different nation, might you be perceived as something new and exciting, even exotic? Is your idea too familiar here? Could it be exciting somewhere else? Different places have different problems. The dynamic in another nation or another market may open up a different way for you to apply the idea or the work that you've already done. Number 5, change the cover, the poster, or the thumbnail. I recently did this one myself. I went through all my old YouTube videos, and all I did was watched some of the videos that were perhaps not performing all that well today, and changed the thumbnails, gave them a new title. Same content, it's a pre-created idea. I've already done the work, but that reinvigorates it. The thumbnail can be the thing that actually determines whether or not a YouTube video is successful. What is the cover, the public presentation of the thing you do? If you changed that, if you made it a little sexier, could that reinvigorate the original work? Number 6, sticking with the YouTube example because it's a good one. Give it a different name or title by researching what's already working out there. Simple example from YouTube because this works incredibly well. When you upload a video, It's wise to take a look, do a search at what people are searching for when they look for that sort of thing. You will then discover the key phrases that people actually use and the type of titles that they type in when looking for a product of that nature. Could you do that in your world? Perhaps the title is putting people off. Perhaps a little bit of research into what people actually look for could give you a very simple re-angle. Change the name to something that they expect or understand. Maybe the name is getting in the way. Number 7. Could you change the internal references? Say the work that you've done is something creative, like the writing of a book or a song or content that's starting to feel a little dusty, a little dated. Might it be possible to go digging around in the guts of your creation and simply update it? I tried this with a novel a while ago, and I discovered to my delight that it didn't take as much work as you might think. It's a couple of references to songs in the background, technology, the way people speak, a few changes here and there, and suddenly it's up to date. Number 8. What if you took your old work or your old idea and aligned it with the big suppliers today? Yes, I've always believed that as an entrepreneur, you should try to retain ownership and sell it yourself. Some scenarios simply don't allow for that. Take the example of writing books. Yes, you can self-publish, but the chances then are that you're very unlikely to get into a commercial bookstore. In certain cases, there are pre-established channels. If you offer a course for executives, your marketing and your positioning might never be as strong as that of the local business school. What if you aligned with them instead? Relative to the work you've done, who has a profound ability to reach that market? How might you team up? Number 9. What if you Frankenstein it and sell off the bits? Okay, so your project didn't work. But is there a kernel, a part of it that is particularly strong? Can that be separated out from the rest, repackaged, and sold in a different format? Your invention did this, but a part of it might also be able to do that. Your course should have done X, but perhaps a part of it could do Y. There is very likely a part of what you created that still retains really good value. What if you separated that out from the rest and applied it differently? Number 10. Could you work with a team? Quite often, ideas people are not particularly good at the marketing or the sales of the thing that they've made. Perhaps you made something, perhaps you do something on an ongoing basis. Would it be possible to ally yourself with a team? Give you an example from my world, the world of professional speakers. One of my colleagues in the industry describes his philosophy as always being on the mic. What he's really good at is being in front of audiences and doing the thing that he wants to do. And he knows he's not particularly good at selling or marketing himself. However, he tends to dabble with that and he tends to get involved with it often, and he's noticed this to his credit, at his own peril. So what he has said is his team must remind him that his job is to be on the mic. Their job is to get him there. Would you benefit by surrounding yourself with a team? Now, there are alternative ways of looking at this one. You needn't necessarily hire an entire staff. Could you, for example, find an agent? In the world of speaking and the world of books, there are agents who have access to the doorkeepers. They have access to all the right ears, and they effectively sell and market you to the right people. Could you take the thing you do or the thing you did and have someone else represent you? Number 11. Could the thing you did or the thing you created open career doors for you? Okay, so you don't necessarily sell the product, the item, the thing that you made, but the fact that you made it qualifies you as the kind of person who... What? Is there a way that you could leverage that into a career? In this model, your invention or the work you've done becomes your CV. Who might be impressed with that, and where could that possibly take you? 12. Similarly, could you pivot based on the knowledge that you've gained from the thing you did? Does it qualify you to write a book, to coach, to teach, based on what you've already done, based on what you've already learned? Old effort does not have to go to waste. With a little creative thought, you can reinvigorate the value within work that you've already done. Like the authors or the YouTubers or the singers who created something a long time ago and are still benefiting from it as the years go by. The work that you've done in the past can be reinvigorated and can represent continual income streams. Why not try this? Take a day to mull it over. Then come back here and watch this video again and see if one of those 12 thoughts jumps out at you. What you need is a little time for your subconscious mind to kick about the thing that you did, the product you created, the idea you've had, the videos you've made, the songs that you wrote, and to start thinking about them from different angles. When you've done that for a day, report back here with your mind and ask yourself, where does the value lie, or where else does the value lie? That work may not be finished bringing money into your account.